We're back. It's episode 8 of the Grime Scene Investigation. My name's Bondi. I'm here with my brother T. How you doing, bro?
Yo, I'm all good, bro.
You had a good Christmas and that?
Yeah, man. You know the usual.
Yeah, of course, mate. Well, we've all been blessed with the gifts of Grime this week. We've had since we started recording this podcast, we've been banging the drum for some more dubs, and we've got them in
by the boatload.
Yeah, we've got them by the boatload. That's it, man. So at the time of recording, we delayed it today because we thought Wiley might drop his dub. So he hasn't at the time of recording. What we've got so far, the last is Curiosity Scared the Wiley Cat. That was Dot's last dub. Now, by the time we've finished recording and uploading this, there's probably going to be another 5 done. Do you know what I mean? But what can we say about what's happened in the last week? Because this time last week, Wiley wasn't even involved. It was Dot sent for Jamie, and then I sort of joked that Dot and Wiley should send for each other, and that's exactly what's happened. So what's been going on? What do we reckon?
Yeah, you know what? I don't even really know. It sort of come out of left field, didn't it? I think from Wiley's perspective, maybe he's thinking that because I saw a couple of Dot tweets saying that he's the king of Grime, and I think from Wiley's perspective, that's a no-go, innit, because that's Wiley's throne. So I think Wiley had to... But you know what I mean? I think really someone from the Grime scene had to step up, and I'm glad it's a heavyweight MC and not a MC that Dot could easily brush under the carpet. But I'm glad Wiley stepped up, and like I was saying, I think, yeah, man, it's all mad, because Dot's dropped about, 11 dubs or 10 dubs of his own, and Wiley's just dropped the one. So at the moment, you got to say Dot's edging it. Like, I did enjoy Wiley's dub. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy Wiley's dub. But yeah, you got to give it to Dot at the moment. So we see what Wiley comes with next. You know what I mean? Because I know he's got another one parked off. He's already said that he's got another one ready. So we see what Wiley's going to say on that one. Because at the moment, he needs to do a little something. Because Dot's taking it at the moment.
I agree. The thing for me is right now, it seems like, I mean, there's so much we can go into, which we will. But for me right now, what it seems like for me is it's from Dot Rotten, it's quantity over quality. So he's been dropping lots of dubs. At the moment, he's dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dubs for Wiley. And that's since Christmas Day. So, and that's not, if you're not including the one for BBK. So this has all come from, because Dot has just been on a mad one. He's just been sending for everyone, and no one's had the bollocks to reply. Really, everyone's ducked it. Fucking Saskia's ducked it. Jamie's ducked it. Everyone's ducked it. J1, fucking Black the Ripper. They've all ducked it, and Wiley has. And you know, like I said before, Wiley and Dot were blessed. Do you know what I mean? They didn't even want to clash. They were actually right with each other. But now Wiley's just gone, kind of just because they're both itching so much for war, and they both have been for a long time. So Wiley's just stepped up and he's gone for it, and they've both been going at it on Twitter as well. And for me, you know what? I think it's been a bit more. I'm not too convinced by these war dubs, because obviously, I don't feel like the quality is there as much as I would expect from. Like, they've been good, but they've been like a lot of, like, Wiley's one was sick, but like Dot's ones have just been kind of just remixes, and kind of you can tell they're a bit rushed. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man.
Possibly.
Do you know what I'm trying to? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
possibly, yeah.
They've been good though, but yeah, these two didn't even want to go at it, and now they are. And obviously, Wiley's got another one in the works. Dot's got another one in the works. He's doing it over. I don't know if you saw. He leaked it on Instagram. It sounds sick. Like, it sounds like the best one yet. But yeah, man, Dot's not been saying anything new really. Wiley made a good point. He's not been saying anything new from this war, like 10 years ago, whenever it was.
But the thing is that Wiley's been involved in so many clashes over the years.
Mm.
Is there anything new that you can possibly say to the guy? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be rehashing old news that we've already heard before. You know what I mean? It's like there's not much Doc can say, but he's saying a lot still. He's still saying a lot,
Yeah,
and
true.
he's still he's dropping good dubs. Let's be honest, they're not rubbish. They're not
No,
poor.
I'm not saying
They're
I'm
not.
not
Yeah,
saying they're
yeah.
shit.
I know you're not. They're not. They're not brilliant. You know, they're not dubs you're gonna
Mm,
look back on in say 10 years time and be like, oh.
yeah,
But I just feel like there's so much more to come from Wiley. I think Wiley's the key to these clashing thing because at the moment, I think that was just a warning shot. Wiley's
yeah,
saying like, "This is what I can do. Carry on, and you're gonna hold this." But like you said, like they've both obviously been itching for a war. Dot's got the chip on his shoulder for a number of reasons, and he's letting people know. And Wiley, I just think that Wiley felt that he had to speak up on Grime's behalf because basically no one else was. Like, Dot's called out a number of MCs and no one stepped up except Wiley.
mm.
So it's all like I just feel like he felt like he had to clash.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad. Obviously, we're all glad he did because this
Yeah, I love it.
is exactly what the scene. This is what the scene needs right now. Like whether you like him or not, Dot Rotten is necessary. What he does.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
he's and what he's been doing as well. I mean, if you like, because there's a lot of people that obviously don't know that much about Dot Rotten. These the new gen fans and stuff. What has Dot Rotten actually done, and Young Dot and all of that? In your own words, what would you say? What is he? How much influence has he actually had on this scene in the last since he broke 10, 15 years ago, since the age of 14?
Right. Well, Young Dot obviously a member of Hood Stars OGs, like featured on the OGs albums, and alongside P Money, they was just untouchable as a duo back then. Then you've got him as a producer, and he's Bazooka is just one of the best rhythms to ever touch Grime. His Young Dot EPs 1 to 3, just superb. Um, he's a very highly skilled MC. But like I said, the same with Wiley, they're very up and down characters. You never know what sort of what they're gonna come out with, what they're gonna do, what they're gonna say. So it's a clash that is so intriguing in a number of aspects because you got Wiley and you got Dot. They're both up and down characters. They're both Nang, and they both can produce and spit over like any rhythm that they want in the game. And yeah, man, I'm loving it. I'm in my element right now because as a Grime fan, for me, dubs are essential, and we're getting the essential now, and we're not getting it from any Tom, Dick, and Harry MC that spits 32 bars in his bedroom. We're getting, you know what I mean? We're getting arguably like 2 of the top 10 in Grime, innit?
Yeah, 100%. And that's it. You touched on something there that Dot Rotten is so talented. He's so talented. He can go on any genre, anything. At the end of the day, he does always come back to Grime, and he says things about Grime. But at the end of the day, he loves it, and
he's gassing. Yeah, he's gassing.
Yeah, he is gassing, isn't it? And at the end of the day, he always comes back to Grime, and he always kills it. But understandably, do you know what is? I do feel for him. But to be honest, yeah, I saw a tweet. You got a few pelters from you. You were saying that right now it's 1-1, isn't it?
Like, yeah, I was joking. Yeah.
Were you joking? Because
let me confirm. I was trolling.
Because I kind of agreed with that though.
I
feel like you're only saying that because you got bare stick for it. I feel like you're backpedaling.
No. I was definitely trolling. I did like Wiley's dub, but
yeah,
like I think Dot's have been a just got that little edge to just edging towards Dot at the moment because
yeah. If you had to choose, you'd have to say Dot right now.
Yeah, definitely.
And when you consider as well the fact that there's an agenda against him, innit? Let's be real.
100%.
Like big up SBTV, yeah. Like they've like they were a bit dodgy around the whole thing, but now they've come out and they are covering it fairly. So big up them. But yeah, GRM Daily. Did you see GRM's tweet about Wiley's dub? They didn't even say Dot Rotten's name in it. They just said, Wiley's released a new diss track or something. It was just like that. Like,
Didn't they delete it? Did they delete
it as well?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they deleted it because I went to check it earlier.
Yeah.
And like it was just like tweet not found, didn't it?
Oh
But
man,
yeah,
pagan.
that was a pagan move. I'm not being funny, right? Like Dot's dropped about 8, 9 dubs over the course
Hmm.
of the last
Well,
month or so.
and not just war, just not just war dubs, brother. I was counting it up the other day, man. I mean, he's had a few deleted as well, obviously. Like people trying to get him on copyright and that. He's a one man army, bruv. He's all on his own in this thing, and in no matter what, you got to respect that. It's like when Devilman turned up to the clash with Skepta all on his own, innit? He's up against everyone. So not that everyone's on Wiley's side, but no, Dot has got zero support here. Like, so here we go. So from when Dot came back with 4M in the morgue, that sent for J1. That was what, 4 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah,
He's done that. He did the original Real Talk, Landed the Brave. He did the send for Steel
Steel
Bangles, which has been
Bangles.
took
Yeah,
down. The JME Flow one, which for me is kind of the best one. I quite enjoyed that still, like the way that. Although now 4 in the Mall was probably my favourite. I love that one, even though J1's like nothing major in it. Like I still thought it was just sick. And then what? So he done a couple of. He's done a Jay Z remix, Pocket Rocket. What does it take? He done a few, yeah, and then you get into the Wiley one. So he did the Boy Better No Send, and in that he had 3 different tracks. He did like a Boasty remix, etc. And then since then he's done 3 other dubs for Wiley, Bars Up,
that's the
Top
best
Boy,
one.
Top Boy
But
Spitter with Jammer and Esco. That was interesting as well. There's so much. Dot Rotten's he's just on a mad one, man.
Bars Up is definitely the best one currently, though. Out of all of them, Bars Up
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, I think it's up there, man. I like the one. I like the one he's done over Pied Piper. I don't know if that. I think that was sick, but
That's a legendary rhythm as well.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, it's a mad one. It's just a shame. Do you know what? Just there's so many that have let it down as well. Because like Wiley's on it, and like respect to Wiley, but he shouldn't even really be involved in this. This should be This is Jamie's war. This is like there's been so many that have just ducked it over the past few months with Wiley and Dot, Skepta, Dizzy, Jamie, all of them, man. Even Jammer's been sent for now, and like a lot of smaller MCs as well. It's just I'm really surprised, and everyone's got something to say on Twitter as well. Everyone's got something to say on Twitter, but no one's backing it in a beef except Wiley. And now everyone's on Wiley's back. Oh, release this, release that, bruv. You're only on his back because he's stuck his head above the parapet, innit? What about all these people that should be sending? Like Jamie, for example, he's so protected. I don't get it. He's like, yeah, he's a nice guy and everything. He's safe, but it doesn't make him exempt from being sent
Nobody
for, innit?
is exempt. Nobody's exempt. I fully agree. Like, don't get me wrong, Jamie is a really nice guy, and he's a quality MC, but it doesn't mean that you can't hold a dub. You know what I mean? Nobody's exempt. Anyone can get it. That's what grime is.
Exactly, and and that dub for him wasn't any low key thing, bruv. He got violated on that. Let's be real. So like, and the thing that really pisses me off about Jamie not replying is because of the Grime MC album that he dropped a week or two before, and that's just void. It's just void. If you're not gonna like the whole point of that album and doing it physicals only, which by the way it's online now, but originally meant to be this whole movement for the whole bringing grime back how it should be, back to the roots, and then you're getting sent for and you're not. Nah, man, that's just cancelled for me, bruv. I called,
I see your point. I do see your point.
and that's it. And actually, do you know what? I called because Dot Rotten, he was putting numbers on the old Twitter, wasn't he? I actually took the opportunity and called Dot Rotten on Christmas Day, and I told him that exact thing. Innit? I was like, just like, what another thing Wiley said though is the fact that Dot he's obviously, and it's similar to like how he was with P Money, innit? He's obviously going through like this. I don't know. Like, he does seem a little like Wiley does seem to be right, like in the way that, and obviously, I don't want to get personal like that or anything, but like whatever is going on with his personal life, etc. And then he's got all these different identities, and he doesn't know what he is. He doesn't know like what genre he is. He doesn't know what country he is. Do you know what I'm saying? He's just like he does seem a bit like all over the place, isn't it?
I think personally that he feels hard done by, and I can see where he's coming from because, like we said, with the major platforms not pushing anything that he's done, and then they're jumping straight on the Wiley dub, I can understand it, and I feel it. I feel like he feels that he's hard done by, and he's just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna air it out. I've had enough, and I think he snapped in it, and he's just saying, look, boom, Like, someone can't clash me. Like, I'm ready. Someone just come and let's do it. No one,
Exactly.
only Wiley is.
Exactly, and it's just peak how these platforms have got this. They're blackballing him minute and everything. It's like
Yeah, it's pagan, man.
it is. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, man.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what? The maddest thing is as well is that if he was just like I keep repeating the same thing. If he was any guy, I could understand. But this is Dot Rotten. This is Young Dot. This is Zev Ellis. You know what I mean? He ain't no any MC. So show some respect.
exactly. It doesn't. For me, it doesn't matter whether you like him or not. Innit? I'm not the biggest Dot Rotten fan, but I respect the guy, man, and I appreciate he's exactly what the scene needs, innit? Like, there's so many people that are just shook to, and it shows by the fact that there's so many people just ignoring him. They're shook of the guy, innit? It's like
I
that's why
don't think.
he's effectively being censored, innit? Like he doesn't exist. Like everyone's shook of him except
I think.
Wiley, because
I
Wiley
think.
ain't shook of no one, innit?
Yeah. I think also there's a sort of like there is a backhanded compliment that not many know that you can go bar for bar with Dot. And and a lot of them are just like, I ain't getting involved because if I send, he's gonna just clark me or something. You know what I mean? Like just on a rhythm, he's just gonna clark me. You know what I mean? I think a lot of them it's a backhanded compliment because a lot of them know that they can't bar for bar with Dot.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what? There's been a couple of outside Wiley and Dot Rotten there. I found a couple of dubs of these MCs I've never heard of, and they've been sending for Dot as well. There was one by this guy called Donny. I posted it on the Twitter on the GSI Twitter if people want to look at that, and that was pretty sick. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. Even if you haven't been sent for directly, like, this is open season really on Dot Rotten, isn't it? So like anyone can, I reckon anyone should just go for him, and even people like I don't want to get the wrong names, but Big Zoo, SBK, people that are having opinions, if that's how you feel. Like, do you remember when Chip was saying things, and then
Mm-hmm.
and then Bugsy was never mentioned. He didn't have a name back then, but he still stepped up and he still said things, and then bang, it turned into. If you got something to say, this frustration we've been having. If you got something to say, put it in music. Otherwise, if it's just on Twitter, then do you know what I mean? Like, you're not. This is grime, innit? If you're a grime MC, you've got to be putting your thoughts on a track rather than log into Twitter and then logging out and just having your say. Otherwise,
I would.
what's the point, really?
Yeah. I would have thought that a few up and comers would have took the chance to send for Dot because it's like you said, it's open season. Like he's opened the floodgates and said, right, let's see what you got. He sent for like 5, 6 MCs and he's disrespecting Grime and no one is actually saying, right, boom, I'm a Grime MC. So if you're disrespecting Grime, you're disrespecting me. So you know what I mean? Like you said, there's a lot of talk, but
Yeah,
there's no action. You know what I mean? Only Wiley has stepped up. I can understand. Like, I'm not saying this person's got to do it or this person's do it because I can understand why they don't. It might be beyond them. It might be a bit childish for them, innit? Like, because certain aspects of this has been childish. Like all this talking of daughters and bringing the personal lives into it. I find that childish. Say it on the dub because then on the dub at least it's music. It's keep it lyrical. You know what I mean? All this other extra shit is stupid, man. Just keep it lyrical and then just say what you got to say on the dub, innit?
I don't mind for me if you're gonna make it personal, put it on the track. Otherwise, do you know what I mean? Like, because because it does get personal in grime, innit? Like the legendary moment Gets and Bashy, innit? Like that got personal and it's always like that, innit? And I agree. I know what you're saying about the whole daughters thing, but I mean, it was pretty jokes, like some of the stuff that's been thrown back and forth. But I don't like it being on Twitter or on the internet. I want it to be on a dub.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Otherwise,
Because it gives everyone a chance to like sort of jump on that bandwagon and get involved and insult you when really
yeah.
that shouldn't be anyone else's business, innit? You know what I mean? So keep it lyrical, put it on the dub. Let's just hear what you're gonna do, man. Let's just
Exactly. And that's the thing. And do you know what you said about talking as well? Even Wiley's a bit guilty of it. He's done a lot of talking and only done one dub as it stands. Obviously, at the time of recording, I am refreshing Twitter right now just in case we get something in it. But yeah, so he's been doing a lot of talking. But I think what Wiley's done is like it's hard to put yourself in Wiley's shoes. But if I do try for a second here, He's gone. He's watching Dot send for all these people, and no one's replying back, and that pisses Wiley off, innit? Because he loves warring, innit? So he's there. He's sat there, and no one's replying. So he's going, right, I'm going to reply myself, innit? And he stepped to Dot on Twitter, and then before he knows it, Dot has gone and dropped like 3 dubs on him, and he's going, and then Wiley does his own one. But Wiley, imagine doing that. You're not really even interested in clashing Dot yet. You're actually safe with him, and then you do actually make, and then you say, do you know what? I'm going to make a dub for you, innit? He calls him, didn't he? Called him and he goes, I'm going to send for you, innit? And then all of a sudden you've got 3 war dubs on you, and you're going, whoa, fucking hell, this guy's just doing his own thing. He just needs a target, innit? He just needs something to direct his energy towards, innit? And Wiley's going, I don't even need to release this. He's just doing this stuff anyway. I mean, Wiley is obviously dropping the stuff, but yeah, man, it's like Dot's he's just on this war path, innit? And this certainly isn't the end of it. This war's gonna go on into 2020, hopefully.
The maddest thing is, though, the maddest thing for me personally is that Wiley took, say, 48 hours to reply, and people are saying, you took too long. 48 hours, and that's long. Like, I remember back in the day, I think Jay Beeks mentioned this earlier as well in a tweet. When Wiley was clashing the movement, we had to wait a whole week to hear Wiley's reply to them, or their reply to Wiley. And now we can't even wait 48 hours for someone to reply back. When did dubs have to be done within the same day or 24 hours to be legit?
Well, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because you get some. It depends on the clash, really. I hear what you're saying about, Wiley in the movement, but it depends on each clash, isn't it? Because I mean, I think the reason people are saying, "Oh, Wiley, why are you taking your time?" is because Dot Rotten has just been like doing like a track an hour, more or less. Do you know what I mean? And then that makes Wiley look slow, whereas any other MC wouldn't even be doing this sending at all, innit? So like people go, oh, Wiley, hurry up, but then you should be using that energy on Jamie and on other people, innit? You should be going, no, you lot need to do something. Wiley shouldn't even be involved in this. He's only doing it because no one else is. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and then you look at, say, I mean, the greatest wars do happen in short spaces of time. So look at P Money Rotten. There were what I'd say about, off the top of my head, 10 to 15 dubs in that, and they all came out in the space of a month. So that's like a dub every 2 days, isn't it? So like, you're right, man. But 48 hours isn't long at all. 48 hours is not long at all, and it was a good dub, innit? And he had done it, but he just was,
Also, what we're forgetting is that it was over the Christmas period. I mean, this is Wiley's a family man. He's got kids, innit? Well, obviously, he's going to want to spend some time with them. He's not going to want to be in studio just putting out track after track after track when it's Christmas, man.
Yeah, but that is true. But on the other hand, that Christmas is warring season, bro. Everyone knows this.
Definitely.
So, and obviously, everyone's been going back to the famous Wiley send for Bashi on Rinse in 2004? Where he's like, on Christmas Day, I don't even care, suck your mum, innit? So like everyone's been going, and even Dot used that on the beginning of the send for BBK. So this is warring season, bruv, and if you're not ready for that, then this is part of the DNA of Grime, innit? This is part of the DNA of Grime. It's December, you do your dubs, innit? And that's why it's just surprising that it's took so long for any sort of wars to come out, and especially when Dot's been the only one making dubs, and now Wiley's done one. So this is obviously this war's gonna rumble on. But at the end of the day, this is Grime. This is what it's all about. 2 top level MCs going at each other. It's getting personal. It's getting heated. This is Grime. This is what it's meant to be. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what it's all about. And anyone who doubts that, anyone who's going, oh yeah, dubs are lame. Dubs are, oh, you should be whatever. They're dead or whatever. Then you're saying Grime is like that. Everything, war dubs are the foundation of Grime, innit? We've been saying this.
Do you know what the biggest problem is? These guys are pampered. They never had it like the MCs of 10, 15 years ago had it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or when the MCs were emerging. And they haven't been disrespected on the level that Dot has. You know what I mean? These guys have been wrote about. They've been playlisted or whatever. And like, I can see where Dot's coming from. Obviously, he feels hard done by, innit? and he's letting his rage out. All these pampered MCs, they're just treating for treating's sake.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more with you, bruv. It's going. It's like, yeah, he has been hard done by. He's been. It's a joke what's happened to him really in his career. He could have maybe, I don't know, like when you're taking gaps as big as he has out of it and stuff, and he has. I mean, P Money did fuck him up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in that previous war, but. And then P Money's getting mentioned in. Oh, and this is really interesting. Dot coming out and admitting that P basically beat him, and is the king of grime. I love that as a P Money fan myself. Like that's it for me. Like even Dot himself is going, and then Dot is also going. Oh, and then but P's sort of like one of Wiley's kind of prodigies in a way, sort of thing. So it's like he's kind of just losing. He's just saying things, and then I don't know. Like he's saying too much. I think in a way, like he's reaching in it, and if you actually take a step back and you go, whoa, he's just like a lot of it is just chatting shit in it. Yeah, exactly.
It's just antagonising in it, just to get more people involved. I think Dot personally just wants he wants all the smoke in it. Like, from anyone just send for him. He's ready.
Exactly. Well, he should check out Donny sent for him as well, man. Like even if no one's heard of the guy, he still made a good war dub, and he's got just as much of a right to send as anyone else who's been mouthing off on Twitter. So like,
I'm gonna check it out myself as well.
Yeah, man, it's all right. You know? But yeah, so obviously there's been a lot of new music this week. If we're gonna move on from Dot versus Wiley, because we'll definitely be coming back to this next week.
Next week, definite.
But there has been other music outside of that. So like MC. So this guy Grizzly, he dropped a Christmas tune which I really like. Big up Grizzly.
Yeah, Grizzly's a G.
Yeah, man. Check his tune out. Also, Wars, he done his first ever single called Rage that dropped a few weeks ago, but it's just landed on all platforms now. So go check that out as well. This is all on the Twitter account, so like make sure you check these guys out, innit? Because yeah, man, this is grime, man. And I'm really happy. The scene's really healthy. You know, we've got a big war going on. We've got all these like new tracks and stuff, and also there's so much new music coming in January alone, let alone the rest of 2020.
Wednesday, January the 1st.
Yeah, Wednesday we're getting Godfather 3.
Wiley promoted that excellently with the war with Dot as well.
Yeah, definitely. We've got Godfather 3 coming, and then on the 6th, on Friday, Dot's project is coming out. 808s and Gunshots.
Yeah.
And then after that, Little D, he's also got an album dropping on the 1st.
Grizzly's got Authentic dropping on the 1st as well, which is his album, I think it is, or EP, I'm not too sure, but yeah, Grizzly's dropping Authentic on the 1st. You got Genesis Elijah, he's dropping his release on the 1st. So yeah, man, it's like my bank balance is gonna suffer a little bit because I'm hoping that they come out physically as well as digitally.
SBK's got a project coming out on the 10th. That is also going to be physical as well. And then Filthy Gears, he's got a project on the 1st of February. Snowy Danger's got an album coming soon. P Money's going to be dropping some singles from his EP with Silencer. So like, this is sick. Do you know what I mean? There's so much going on right now.
2020 could be like one of the biggest years for releases in grime.
Yeah, it's going to be mad, bruv. Whoever said Grime's dead, nah, you ain't got a clue, bruv.
Idiot.
So yeah, man. But yeah, so plenty to look forward to, innit? So obviously it's the end of the year now. This is the last episode of 2019, and we've had obviously our poll for the King of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So the initial poll was Jamie, P Money, Gets, and Kano. So Jamie finished 4th on 11%, which I think is fair. Now that I think about it, it's quite lucky to get involved in a way. Cause,
definitely.
But anyway, I'm going to allow Jamie, and I'm bare harsh on the guy, but yeah, so 11% for him. Then Gets on 17%, and then we had another tie between P Money and Kano on 36% each. So I thought, since we delayed the episode today, I thought I'd give it another few hours and have a head-to-head vote. So Kano versus P Money, and the winner of that with 57% was Kano. So
He's killing
Yeah,
it,
man.
innit? He's killing it.
Yeah. He got the
Best track,
best track, best album, and overall
best
best
MC,
MC.
triple.
So that's it. Big up Kano, man. That's sick, man. It has been a great year for Kano and a great year for Grime, innit? Big up P Money because do you know what? Like I really wanted him to win,
I know
innit?
you wanted P to win. I know that for a
but look,
fact.
but look, man. Yeah, the listeners have decided Kano is the MC of the year, and fair play if you voted for the album and the tune of the year as well, then you fully earned it, innit?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. He's the
But
guy, innit? He's the
yeah,
guy.
man. So that's it. And yeah, it's been like overall. I mean, what are your thoughts on like the whole decade, basically? Like, I mean, there's been if we do look back a little bit, like for the last 10 minutes or so, if we do look back on the last 10 years of grime, like what are your highlights? What are you picking out as some real like moments, some legendary moments from the last 10 years of grime, from 2010 to now? Like, what are you saying? Like,
I'm saying the birth of Radar was massive. Like, it's a shame what happened to them. The birth of Mode, shame what happened to them. That's in radio since we had the excellent war between P Money and Dot, P Money and Gets, which is just electric.
yeah,
Um,
P Money, Big H as well.
Big H, yeah, the Lord of the Mics, that comeback. Big up Jammer for that, bringing back Lord of the Mics, all the guys involved with that, bringing that back as well. We had some excellent clashes from that as well. I'll tell you what, the best clash that I've seen on Lord of the Mics since it come back, look, Local v Doris. That clash was just mad. I'm telling you, for people who ain't seen it yet, go watch Local v Doris on Lord of the Mics. It wasn't a proper clash, they didn't do it in the dungeon, but that clash that's epic. But yeah, I loved that. I loved Who's the Boss, the other clash. I don't know if you've watched that. It's like Lord of the Mics, but they clash in the cage. That was done by the Birmingham guys. I loved that as well. Um, the emergence of so many young talented
Mm,
MCs.
I was just
SV,
gonna say,
you know what I mean? SVK, Tommy B, I love them guys. I think they're sick. Razor's a sick MC on the come up. He's not young. Like, I know that he tweeted me about his age, yeah, but he's not young. But he's a top MC on the come up. Roller, TC, all the Essex guys that are doing it. And yeah, man, I just think it's been excellent because we've had some very powerful releases after. Big up Meridian Dan as well, because if it weren't for German Whip, Grime right now might not even be in the state that it is. And I
yeah,
think
definitely.
German Whip played a huge part in that.
And then Skepta as well, following that up with
If
That's Not Me,
that's
Shut
not me.
Down,
Yeah,
Shut
and
Down as
yeah,
well.
man.
Like,
Them
and
tracks are pivotal. Them tracks are pivotal to Grime. And I
yeah,
think they're gonna be held in 10 years' time. They're gonna be held in the same sort of regard as what the original, what do you call it, P's and Q's and POW as what.
yeah, next type as well.
Yeah,
Like, there's
all
been
that.
some,
Just massive.
yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree with you more there. And yeah, and there's been some real breakthrough like in the last 10 years. If you look at the MCs that have come through, I'm going to read out a few names now in grime. So we've had AJ Tracy. I know he's not been doing grime so much recently,
Yeah,
but
he done
he
his
he'd
thing.
come up through grime, and he
Yeah,
was hard
Zoo,
when he did it.
Big Zoo as
Um,
well.
Big Zoo, Bugsy Malone, obviously his legendary clash with Chip, and everyone that got involved with that. Devilman, Skepta, Saskilla, that was a mad war. That was sick.
Yeah, that's a sick one. Yeah, definitely.
Capo Lee,
Yeah, big up
um,
Capo.
yeah, man, there's been a lot. Elf Kid, he come through. There's been a lot, man. Obviously P Money, like this
Ghostly,
time.
Ghostly as well. That's another young
Yep,
MC. Ghostly, he's sick, man. I'm telling you.
definitely. Izzy Gibbs, he's a guy I love. Um, yeah, man. P Money, obviously as well. Like P Money 10 years ago, he was just doing the Sends Forgets, and I think he'd just done Money Over Everyone, the original one, and and now he's to see how far. I mean, for me, obviously
His
everyone knows.
growth.
Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would say this, but he's like the MC of the decade for me. The stuff he's done is legendary, bruv.
His
Like,
growth is like just from coming from, like you said, the P Money he was cashing gets to the P
mm,
Money of today. That is just he's a to me he's a top five MC all time. So
I think so. And do you know what's funny about that as well? If you actually, for me, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking P Money when he was sending Forgets. I'm thinking about P Money today, and his levels were so high back then. I wouldn't even say that his levels have actually even improved that much because he started out at such a high level anyway. I think he's just proved it in so many different ways and in different like forms and stuff. He's done so much with that talent, but he's just been everything he's done is sick. And so a lot of love for P Money, man. JK as well. He's I mean, a lot of that crew Invasion Alert, they started 2010 and so on. Like they were the noise back then, and
Yeah,
JK most of all has really come along in the last 10 years. He's been doing bits. Little D as well. There's been a lot, man. The OGs in general, like they were all sort of getting big around that time as well, and they've come a long way in the last 10 years. Novelist as well. Like there's a
yeah,
lot of
he's
people.
definitely one of the best.
Exactly. There's a lot of people like 10 years ago that have done so much in that time. It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
And another thing as well, that the youngsters coming through now are supremely talented as well. Like we can't overlook the likes of T
Yeah.
Rhodes, Logan, Joe So Sick,
Tommy B.
Tommy B, all these young guys, SBK, like they just got the wealth of talent, and I'm just looking forward to the next 10 years. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
definitely, man. It's a lot. Like there's a lot of good stuff coming our way, man. Like with Grime.
Like, I'm
I,
looking forward to seeing if we're gonna get within the next 10 years a Grime #1. That would just top it all off for me.
oh yeah, that would be sick. I mean, obviously, yeah, 100%. You never know, man. Like you never know. Like
Never know, never know.
you never know. And it could be from anyone, innit? It could be whoever. But yeah, Grime's got a lot going for it right now. I'm really excited for it as well. We've had a few we've had some sad moments in the last 10 years as well. I mean, RIP Stormin. We've
Depths,
had some
man.
losses, man.
R.I.P. Depths.
Depths,
Major
man.
Ace. R.I.P.
Yeah,
Major Ace. Yeah, man. It's just
yeah. Got to pay tribute. It's a lot. Like, there's been some sad losses along the way as well, isn't it? And yeah, we'll never forget them, man. Do you know what I mean? And what they did for the scene, will
Pabs.
live on forever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they put their
Pabs on
stamp on.
XFM.
You
Yeah.
know,
They all,
without these legends, like Grime wouldn't be where it is today, and we wouldn't. Do
nah.
you know what I'm
One of
saying?
the biggest is like Pabs from Axe FM as well. Like he done so much with Axe FM. That was a sad loss as well. Like we can't overlook anyone who passed away. You know what I mean? Like big all them up. Respect, nothing. But yeah, man. Like we see where Grime goes in the next 10 years, man. Because
Yeah, man, it's exciting. We're going to be covering it, obviously,
yeah, definitely. We're gonna be here in 10 years.
100%, man, and that's it as well. Like I'm gonna. So starting from 2020, got a little announcement in it. Like I'm gonna be getting these on SoundCloud as well. I'm gonna shell out for SoundCloud Premium, and we're gonna get them out on there. So because we've had a few requests, and I'm grateful for that. Because obviously, yeah, like we've started a little thing as well with this podcast, and we're doing things. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be, yeah. Who knows where we could be like in the coming years, innit? And
Yeah,
yeah,
100%, man.
we're starting. I'm gonna get them on SoundCloud starting from next week. That should be. I think. Yeah, that's
I think that's it for the year, innit?
for the year, man. Like, yeah, man. It's been mad, bro.
It's been mental.
That's it. So yeah, so everyone listening, thank you for supporting us this year. Well, the last couple of months we've been doing this. Keep sharing it. Yeah, going to be branching into big things hopefully, and that's it, man. So make sure you're sharing this. Make sure you
Yep.
keep showing the love. Make sure you check us out when we're on SoundCloud.
Get subscribing, get listening, tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Exactly, man. That's the only way we can grow, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
All
yeah,
for
man.
non-profit as well, man. It's all for the love of Grime.
Yeah, man, and we're yeah, exactly. It's all for the love of the scene, isn't it? But yeah, man.
Big
So-
up, everyone.
Yeah, hope you all had a good Christmas. Hope you're all going to enjoy New Year's Eve. Make sure you stay safe and that.
Don't drink and drive.
But yeah, man.
Big up, everyone, man.
Yeah, big up. And we'll see you all next year.